Welcome to your custom deep dive. When you're first learning to play an instrument, you spend hours just staring at the sheet music.
Oh, yeah, absolutely terrified of missing a single note.
Exactly, like every quarter note matters. But then you go to a jazz club and you realize that the real magic happens when they just ditch the paper entirely and play.
Right. They just improvise.
Yeah, and learning English is exactly the same. I mean, our mission today is exploring how to bridge that gap between that rigid textbook English and actual natural fluency.
Which is arguably the hardest leap for any language learner.
Oh, for sure. We're using some really great insights from the blueprint for natural English conversation to figure this out.
Yeah, getting out of the classroom and onto the street is tough because you spend years building these elaborate linguistic architectures in your head.
Oh, yeah, all those grammar rules.
Right. And then you discover that real people they don't speak like that.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because if learning textbook grammar is like reading that sheet music, native speech is actually a lot more like jazz improvisation.
It really is. And improvising like a local starts at the very first second of the interaction.
You mean like the greeting?
Exactly. You have to ditch that classic, hello, how are you today?
Right, which is grammatically flawless, but almost nobody actually says it.
No, they really don't. They use things like what's up or how's it going or what's going on.
Yeah, the blueprint points out how this instantly establishes this kind of tribal intimacy right out of the gate.
It drops that formal barrier immediately.
Plus, native speakers are constantly throwing in active reactions while the other person is talking, like, no way, or that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a conversational feedback loop.
Like a way of saying, I'm with you, keep going.
Right, without actually taking over the floor yourself.
Well, wait, here's where I struggle a bit. I mean, if I've spent years perfecting my grammar to sound educated and competent,
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
isn't tossing out casual fragments going to backfire? I mean, if I drop a no way or a sounds good into a serious business meeting, don't I risk sounding sloppy?
Well, that's a very fair concern.
Right. Where is the line between natural and just unpolished?
But being professional doesn't mean speaking like a Victorian novelist.
Hmm.
What's fascinating here is why this counterintuitive brevity actually dictates the entire rhythm of natural English.
Okay, how so?
Well, textbook learning forces your brain to construct a full, perfect sentence before you even open your mouth.
Right, which is a massive cognitive load.
Exactly. You're mentally pre-rendering the whole thought before you speak.
And native speakers don't do that.
No, they build sentences modularly, just phrase by phrase.
Mm.
They use short, smooth responses to maintain the conversation's momentum.
Like saying, sure, or no problem, or I'm good.
Yes. And when they need time to think, they don't just go dead silent. They use fillers.
Oh, like, well, or actually,
Right. Or honestly,
Yeah.
these fillers keep the floor yours.
Wait, so those fillers act almost like cognitive loading screens.
That is a great way to put it. Yeah.
Because if those short, punchy responses are the bricks of a conversation, those little fillers are the conversational mortar holding everything together naturally.
I love that analogy. The mortar buys you the mental bandwidth to construct the rest of your thought in real time.
While your brain is just reaching for the next brick.
Exactly. Without losing your turn to speak.
So, how do we actually start laying these bricks? Because reading the word actually in a book is very different from deploying it seamlessly in real time.
Oh, absolutely. It comes down to lowering the stakes through targeted repetition.
Right. The blueprint sets a highly specific challenge for you.
Yes. Just pick 5 new conversational phrases and use them today.
So you don't try to overhaul your entire vocabulary.
No, not at all. You just swap in a simple, not much, when someone says, what's up?
Oh, I can totally see why that works. You aren't trying to master the whole language in a day.
Right. You're just trying to hit a couple of jazz notes successfully.
Yeah, it bypasses that paralysis of choice and just builds muscle memory.
Precisely. Because sounding fluent really isn't about flexing a massive, perfect vocabulary.
It's about adopting that casual, relaxed cadence.
Exactly. Prioritizing flow over perfection.
You really do have to be willing to step away from the music stand and just play.
You really do.
Which leaves you with this to ponder today. If true conversational fluency relies so heavily on casual shortcuts and fragments and fillers to actually connect with people, at what point does rigid textbook learning stop being a foundation and start becoming the wall keeping us from real human connection?